Haicún is tá sibh agus 100 míle fáilteómh go scoil cuimhí néfa I gcilín cuimhín Cundachail Bhantán. Is mis sémas a brín príomhaid an na scoile seo. Is scoil Catholic muid, táid site in áit glóite faoin tua imil an Bharnachail Bhantán. Tá céad datha dalta a gin a freastal an scoil seo, agus tá tamantas láidir a gin do Oidicus de Bhorbert in Bhúnathe. Ó brín a daltaí cula lá a Guardian scoile, bálín a daltaí dilóga le haim muirníne, agus cuireann siad síalta agus tugann siad ara donna labí airde. Tá chlór a cuairsáile a gcuin sa scoil seo freisin, tá sé mar aim an glóir sin úsáid popper a laidú sa scoil. Tá obair bhain a giste glas am líne an bhreath taisteal bhaint amach. Is rud an dearbhacht don scoil seo nó, agus tá sé sin ó thaobh Forbert in Bhúnathe de. Molamid an na páistí siúlar scoil, ruthíocht ar scoil, siab ar na páistí nó béidir teacht ar an mas féidir lo. Gur maith.
Hello, I'm Paddy Madden and I'm here with Des Murtagh in Hollywood National School in Wicklow. We are doing video 4 of our Education for Sustainability Development videos. This one will be on sowing organic broad beans in the school garden. So the broad bean that we're sowing here in October is aqua dulce. Now this is a very hardy one. It can survive up to -8 degrees centigrade, imagine. Beans sown now, they can be harvested in May. So what do we do with the sowing? We make holes about 5 centimeters deep in our bed, and then we plant the beans 20 centimeters apart, with 30 centimeters between the rows. Now, well-rotted compost has been added to this bed previously. Another method of sowing them is actually use toilet rolls. What you do is you make a little slit at the bottom like this, right? 4 corners, slit, okay, like this, and just fold it over like this to make the bottom of the pot. These are all recyclable pots, as you can see. Fill it with compost there. You want to help me? No. And we fill it up with compost, and then, but you will sow the bean, will you, Cara? Put the bean into the pot. There we go. Push it in and cover it up. And there we can sow all the beans like this, water them, keep them indoors until they grow to about 5 centimeters tall, and just before planting them out later on, harden them off for a week. That means leaving them out during the day and taking them in at night. That's just to toughen them up. So broad beans as well can be sown in a window box if you do not have beds, or you just want to let the children see them growing outside of the classroom. And the same method again, 20 centimeters apart, 5 centimeters deep, and the children can watch the process. Make sure, if you're using a window box, to put drainage clinker in the bottom, like broken pots or pebbles and that, to facilitate the drainage. And I filled it up there with peat-free compost. So Bernadette Keogh, a teacher here in Hollywood National School, is now going to introduce her green team here, who are going to do the sowing and the planting. And later, Jim Clark over here is going to set up the framework to keep the beans together.
So I'm going to start with Saoirse, and Cara is beside her. Then we have Dara and Ellie. We have Martin and Aoibhinn, and then Lillian and Davin are there. And next comes Kai, Sam, Jack and Donica. And we won't forget Jim, our caretaker.
So, do we want to start sowing? We're going to start. So, good. Cover that one up. and 20 centimeters. Lay down the stick for the next person. And this is Cara, is it? And Cara is making a hole 5 centimeters deep. She's sewing the bean on its side and she's covering it up. And next, Dara is going to continue the sewing, and we'll continue the sewing all the way on this little bed. And cover it up, and you can go over to the side there on this one. Excellent. Now, bring back the stick. Now we're on the second row. So we start there, yeah. And put down the stick. Cover him up. And the next one. Excellent. Now, the next one, I covered it up. Yeah. Now Kai is coming next. This is where we start, yeah. This is this one here, yeah. Excellent. Just take them out of the way here, and you do the last one. Thank you very much, Green Team, and your teacher, Miss Kyo. Excellent work. Now, it should be minded, you should be reminded that canes in a school garden can be very, very dangerous, because when, for example, when you're getting a straight line for the planting, you use a cane, 2 sticks like that, and a string between them called a planting line. But when you're doing that, we made out the lines beforehand. It's important to put some kind of protection on top of the canes, because when the beans grow upwards, you mightn't see these if they were left here inadvertently, or even with the planting, children might bend down, as nearly happened over there. So you just put either a bottle on top like that, or you can get these rubber eye guards which you can put on the cane, so that they protect the eyes. So it's very important to do that. So the next part then is the aftercare of the beans. If severe frost is threatened, you cover them with a horticultural fleece, which does give them protection. Now remember, these are tall plants. They grow to about 1 meter high. So we're going to use canes here to make a framework to keep them together. Now the beans won't climb up the strings or anything, they're not like peas, but the framework will stop the wind from blowing them flat on the ground and will keep them all together. And Jim Clark here, the caretaker in the school, is going to help us with this. So we'll just put them there, and again keep the caps on top as we work away. Just get the other ones here. There's some caps there for you. This one. I take that one. And that cap there. And we have one more cane then. And I'll be doing, and will you, about 30 centimetres from the base, from the surface of the ground, Jim, make the framework around. So this will keep our beans together. And a cap on that one. Now bring that there, Jack, and bring it to the next one. Bring it around here, Jack. About 30 centimetres up there, look, from the ground. And keep moving it, Jack, and then Jim will tie it and cut it there at the end, Jim. There we go. This is our framework to keep the beans together. Then, of course, very important, put a label on them with the date. So these are Aqua Dulce, Aqua Dulce. And today's date? The 10th of October. Right. So we put that here. Now, at this time of the year, there mightn't be any need to water, but just keep an eye on the weather. It has been pretty good. So then the harvesting of the beans, that's the important and joyous time in the garden. In May, when the first flowers are beginning to fade, you'll see them beginning to fade, pinch out the growing tip here, because you want all the plants' energy to go into producing more flowers and more beans down here. As well as that, black aphids, they come and they love sucking the juice from the very top of the beans here. So if you pinch off the very top, well, that deprives them of their food source and they have to go somewhere else. The pods can be eaten raw when they're about 2.5 centimetres to 5 centimetres, when they're nice and tender. After that, wait until they get to be about 15 centimetres long, and then they can be eaten or cooked inside. It should be reminded too, you should be reminded that some children, believe it or not, are allergic to eating broad beans. So just to be aware of that. So thank you very much for watching this fourth video in our series on sustainability in primary schools.